What's going on, Game Day Goons Nation? I am back for my final part of my 5-part series of the Northwest Division for this upcoming NBA season. And for this episode, I'll be going over the Oklahoma City Thunder. So let's get to it. First, we'll go over the over-under line on the wins. They're projected to be 44.5 wins. The over is -110. The under is -110 as well. They had a record of 40-42 last year. I predict them to win more than 44 games. I think they'll win close to 50 games. You saw a team like Sacramento Kings last year, fairly young team. And they ranked at the top 4 in the Western Conference, so I can see OKC making a jump like that. They're up and coming young team with lots of talent, and they're only going to get better. In terms of their offseason moves, they didn't really lose anybody, but what they added were rookie Cason Wallace in the draft and Vasily Micic, this European guy. And then, I'm putting him in here as well. He wasn't drafted this year, but Chet Holmgren, he didn't play at all last year, but you're adding him into this team now this year. So it's a nice addition, especially to the starting lineup. In terms of fantasy relevant players, I'll start with point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's ranked number 5 last season. He's got an ADP of 5 this year. Great percentages. 51% from the field, 91% from free throw, 1 3-pointer, 31 points, 5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 1.6 steals, 1 block, and 2.8 turnovers. He should remain top 10, potentially even top, I think he'll remain top 5 as well. Could crack the top 3. But I do like where he is being drafted in the first round in the top 5. Chet's presence will affect his scoring just a little bit. So I don't think he'll be a 30-point per game scorer, but the assists might go up a little bit. I do like Shai Gilgeous at his ADP. Next up is shooting guard Josh Giddey. He was ranked 61 last season, ADP of 59. Solid percentages, 48% from the field, 73% from free throw, 1 3-pointer, 17, 8, and 6, 0.8 steals, 0.4 blocks, 2.8 turnovers. A little bit hard to gauge Josh Giddey this year. I think he'll trend down just a little bit due to Chet Holmgren being there now and the emergence of Jalen Williams. He will lose some shot attempts to these guys. I feel like he'll be 4th in the pecking order on offense now. But I do still like him around his ADP. He's still a guy that can get you rebounds, assists, some steals, and hopefully if his shooting gets better, his 3-pointers go up a bit more, and his free throws too. So I do like him at his ADP, like I said. Small forward Lou Dort, ranked 162 last year, ADP of 143. This is the guy that's going to take the biggest hit in the starting lineup. 39% from the field, horrible. 77% from free throw, almost 2 threes a game, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 0.3 blocks, and a turnover. Like I said, he's the least attractive player of the starting 5. I don't know if I would draft him. Maybe if you're in deeper leagues, like 16-team leagues, maybe even deeper than that, sure. But he's good for steals, some threes, and some points. But besides that, I don't think he's going to have much value in terms of fantasy. I just don't see him cracking the top 150. But he can be a streamer, so not too bad. Next up is power forward Jalen Williams. Ranked 63 last season, ADP of 65. Solid percentages, 52% from the field, 81% from free throw, 1 3-pointer, 14 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 steals, half a block, and 1.6 turnovers. He should hover around top 50, top 60. He's trending up, man. This guy is going to have a slight breakout. like I said, he'll lose a little bit of touches and shots to Chet Holmgren, but him and Chet are gonna compete for that number 2 spot in the pecking order behind SGA. But I do like Jalen Williams a lot. I'm trying to draft him as much as I can in all my leagues this year for sure. And then the final guy in the starting lineup is center Chet Holmgren. He's unranked, obviously, because last year he was injured. Didn't play at all. He has an ADP of 48. Projected stats are 48% from the field, 75% from the free throw line, 1 3-pointer, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 0.5 steals, 2 blocks, and a turnover a game. He should definitely crack the top 50, top 60. He'll give you points, he'll give you rebounds, he'll give you some threes, solid percentages, blocks. He can do a little bit of everything. And I like him at his ADP. I think he'll have a very, very solid year. In terms of the outlook on this team, yeah, they're a young team, but they surprised a lot of people last year by entering that play-in tournament. They did ultimately lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves. But I think at worst they're a play-in team this year, but I think they can make the playoffs. I don't see them making a deep run, not yet. Probably a first-round exit at best, maybe a second-round team. It just depends on the matchup. If SGA just goes berserk this year and becomes a true superstar, maybe they can do a little bit better than a first-round exit. But yeah, as of now, I have them winning closer to 50 wins and being a playoff team. Lots of young talent. I do like what they have going on. They got a lot of draft picks, so they can make some moves. They may be buyers at the deadline. So if they make a big move at the deadline and acquire a nice star, then they could make some noise in the playoffs. And yeah, so that is it for this episode. Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell. And also don't forget to follow us on all our platforms at GameDayGoons.tv on Instagram and at GameDayGoons on TikTok. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm out. Peace.